Are live with Bento for Business with Shui, right?
Yes.
Shui. Shang. Right?
Yes.
Did I do it right?
Yes, you did it right.
Awesome. Yay! So, she's our awesome contact at Bento for Business, and you do a lot of the. I didn't even get that.
Don't worry about it.
You're fine. I am not. Did I end it?
When it pops out like that.
Yeah, no, don't worry about getting my face. I just wanted to do that.
Don't do it again. Don't mess it up again.
Are we restarting?
No, I think we're still on. It was just the whole mess up, and now I had someone join, so someone's joined. So we're doing a demo for Bento for Business, and I want to get this in my phone in a little bit more before it clips out again for me. I think that'll be good, I hope. So tell us about Bento for Business and what do you guys do?
Well, we provide small and medium-sized businesses with employee expense cards, which are prepaid MasterCards that are linked to our mobile app and online expense management platform.
Awesome. So how does this whole thing work?
Alright, so let me show you what it's like when you log into the desktop version of our application. After you approve a Bento account, you can easily log in anytime you need. And right here on the dashboard, you can see an overview of your expense categories. You can see which part you're spending the most money on. And you can see how much and in what categories each of your employees or cards is spending on. And over here you can see how much you have left on your account. It's just a really great overview of your expenses. And when you go to manage funds, you can add a chosen amount you want into the central treasury account. What this means is all the cards you have on your account will be drawing from the central treasury account. And what a really neat feature that we love is that you can set up periodic reload, which means you can choose to reload a certain amount of money daily, weekly, or monthly, and you can even choose what days of the week you want that money to load.
Nice.
And another way to do it is low balance reload. So you can choose to load a certain amount into Bento whenever your the amount here goes under a certain amount. So really, if you want peace of mind, you don't want to worry about your cards ever running out of money. This is a great way to do it.
Nice.
And if you have multiple admins, you will see them here. Admins have the same access as the business owner, so they have control over your card limits, your funds. Usually, these people are the bookkeepers or accountants for the company. And when you go to the Manage Card section, you can manage all the cards under your Bento account on one page. So one thing we really love is that if your employee lost a card, they can just call the business owner or the admin and you can quickly shut it down with one click. And that card will be deactivated right away.
Wow.
And you can set very detailed spend limits for the card. For example, I can say I want this employee to only spend $500 every week. And I can only activate it on weekdays, so they don't use it for personal use.
They don't use it on the weekends.
Right, no off hours. And I can choose what categories I want them to spend on. So that means if I prohibit them to use the card for liquor and alcohol, if they try to do that, it will be declined at the point of sale. So this is a really, as you can see, the controls are very flexible. And once you hit save, it will activate all these controls right away on your card. And the neat thing is you can do this from the mobile app as well. So you can do it literally from anywhere and anytime.
Excuse us, we are at a conference center, so of course we're going to have there's some guy talking very loud, but yes, we're now.
All right. And this section, what's going on, let me explain. This is where you see all the transactions on your Bento account, on all the cards that you have. When you see a little icon here, it means that the employee or the business owner has uploaded a receipt for this particular transaction. It's just a photo that employees can take on their mobile app. So let's say I'm the employee, I use the card. Right after I got my receipt, I can just take a photo of it, and it will attach to the right transaction. And
it's all app on a phone that they can do that from,
yes,
right? Okay.
Yes. And you can even add notes here. Say, I had dinner with a client for this expense. So the owner or the bookkeeper can easily see what you use the money for. So it's a really great way for owners to establish transparency with their employees, and also this is a great way to manage your expenses.
Yeah.
And, yes.
The other thing too that I saw, or we talked about the other day, is that it can replace like just an open credit card that's sitting at the front office to buy things, right?
Yeah.
Like someone just leaving their personal card around to pay for things. You get like when you were over at Managed Cards, I saw there was like a petty cash, there was a this or that. So it's tied to like the function, not necessarily the person, right? Or it can be tied to the person too.
It can be both. You can, when you add a card, you can choose between an employee card or a utility card.
Oh, cool.
The utility card doesn't have to be under anyone's name, so you can use it as a petty cash fund, or a card for office supplies, a gas card. So it's really very flexible. You can choose whichever you want. And once you order the cards, it will be shipped to you right away. So you usually receive it about 8 days.
That's really cool.
So going back to transactions, you might notice that there's a tag here. So this is what you can add to really customize the way you sort your transactions. It's more flexible than just expense categories, because you can name a tag for a particular project, a particular subscription, or any expense category you have in your office. And you can see here that we sync with QuickBooks. So for that part, I will pass it on to our developer Peter, who created this integration.
Awesome. Let's get the mic passed over.
All right. Oh, and by the way, setting up the sync is super easy. Just follow the prompts. It will be about 5 minutes.
Hi, so my name is Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Should I clip this in?
You can put it on your name tag thing too. Yeah, whatever. We're all good.
All right. So on a new fresh QuickBooks Bento account, if QuickBooks has not been connected, it's a very easy process to set up QuickBooks.
Okay.
So once you click on Connect to QuickBooks, you will be prompted to set up your online sync.
Yep.
And from here, if it's your first time syncing Bento to QuickBooks and you have not yet created your bank account within QuickBooks, we can create one for you, or you may select one from the drop-down list. And so here's my favorite feature. So let's say if I have reconciled my account as of 2 weeks ago, so I can actually select a custom date that, let's say, I've done books since the 3rd.
Okay.
And I can only sync since November 3rd. And
how far back do you think you can go?
Since the lifetime of the account.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
there's no limit. Some of the other integrations limit up to 90 days. With Bento, since the start of your accounts. Okay. So all your transactions can be automatically pulled in. And so we offer two ways to sync to QuickBooks: automatic and manual.
Okay.
So what this means is, for automatic, we sync once every 24 hours. And manual is you can trigger click manual, click on sync.
And that does it.
And that syncs. Then it automatically starts pulling in the transactions. And we only sync settled transactions, so there's no risk of having any pending transactions that may change, or any of these extra transactions that have not yet settled yet.
So with these settled, pending, declines, all this, what gets pushed over to QBO?
Anything that's settled.
Okay, anything that's settled.
So this is the transactions that have affected your balance.
Okay, great.
With your credit cards, debit cards.
Awesome.
And so one of my favorite features is, so we sync any notes, receipts, and tags over to your QuickBooks. So let me log on to my QuickBooks account. Let's take a look at my expenses. So as you can see in the last, this is the last sync.
Yeah.
Let me take a look at this one. So we automatically push in all the transaction line information, so you can see the merchant name. So it's very easy to later reconcile. We create a summary PDF. So this is handy as a snapshot that has your tags, notes, and can be easily shown to your client.
Right.
And we also include the last 4. So it's very easy. If you use QuickBooks Search, you can search the employee's name and then pull up all the transactions related to that employee.
Because that's definitely something I don't get like on American Express that has like a whole bunch of cards. I can't see which employee it was that I'm having issues with, or want to figure out what it is. Okay.
And this makes it really easy. And the best part is receipts sync over, so your receipts are securely stored on Bento and also on QuickBooks.
Where did the tags go? In the comment area?
So
or the
tags,
memo down here?
Everything gets synced over to the PDF.
Okay.
And so this way everything's handy to be ready to be printed out or like shown to the customer or exported later on.
Awesome.
So one of the things, one of my favorite features is, let's say we sync this transaction gets synced tomorrow, and then a week from now, an employee updates, adds notes, or uploads another receipt. Usually, you would have to take a look to see what has changed between the expense transaction and QuickBooks, but for us, we sync any difference. And so we don't affect anything related to, we only upload receipts and update notes and tags.
Okay.
So this way, all your information is the most up-to-date as it is onto Bento, from Bento.
Awesome. Well, super cool. Is there anything else that we need to know? You want to share?
So we also have settings.
Chewy wants to tell.
Peter, you go first.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to turn the sync on and off. Another popular feature is you can add custom mapping. So you can, let's say, if you for any fuel pumps, you can sync. So my
to car and truck or something.
Car and truck within my QuickBooks, and then
it goes forward.
Yes, and you can select any number of options.
Cool.
To all of your expenses.
It's very, very flexible.
So what do you think?
I think it's great, and Peter is a genius, and we're always, listening to customer feedback, feedback from accountants. So if there's something that people really want, we are able to investigate very quickly and see how fast we can make it happen.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that in the main account, you can export your transactions to as a CSV file if you use other accounting software. So it's
you can print. You can you got all those options right there.
You can sort and export too. And the alerts function is great because if you, as a business owner, you worry about your expenses, you want to have full control, you want to know what's going on, you can set very flexible alerts that can either go to your as a text or email or both. And there are literally hundred thousands of combinations possible, depending, because you can really go down to the categories, the amounts, or the cards. So that's another feature I really love, and our users really love as well.
Well, thanks guys for showing us the app, and I love it. So we'll be sharing this, and hopefully everyone reaches out to Bento for Business.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Gets all set up. Thanks.
Thanks.